One, two, three.
Pinky.
Chester. What's up, everybody? My name's Daniel,
I'm Paul.
and this is
The Dad Collective Podcast. I don't know why I went like that.
because you're feeling the flow.
I'm feeling the wave. We're riding the wave of the podcast.
We wanted to bring. Paul said to me, "We need to bring up the energy," and so our intro hopefully was a little more energetic.
It was. See, both of us didn't sleep last night. You were on 2 hours.
2 hours.
3.
Really? Yeah, but my 2 hours was like
Less than 2 hours?
no, it was 2 hours, but like the awake time was like dealing with kids, and so that 2 hours feels like 20 minutes.
Oh, so your kids were up late.
They were up.
Oh.
Not all of them. Atlas was up when I got home. How do I look?
You look great.
So do you think I did my hair?
No, I don't know what's going on the top of your head.
Yeah, this was this is like 2-day-old hair done.
You haven't even showered. You haven't showered in 2 days?
Nope.
I'm glad your shoes are off.
Listen, sometimes that's the way it is. That's the way love goes.
It does. So how's your week been? It's been good?
My week has been good. It's busy. This is the busiest week for me since we started this podcast. And so we've delayed filming this because I've been like dealing with like kids being sick, wife being sick, having to work longer because I'm spending more time with the kids. So it's been a
Yeah, you actually bailed on filming 3 days ago.
I almost bailed tonight.
I would have stabbed you.
I had to.
But
Well, I didn't have to because I'm here.
Clearly, you didn't have to.
I'm a ghost.
You made it work.
Yeah. So it's been crazy, and yeah, my weeks from week to week are like Groundhog Day. You feel that? You don't have a kid yet, but do you feel that ever? Like, you ever feel like your day in, day out is the same routine, or no?
Yeah. I'm very routine based.
And do you enjoy that?
I don't mind it. I need it. There's certain things that I need for the brain to be good.
Brain to be braining?
The brain to be braining. But yeah, I guess that's going to lead into our topic today.
Oh, you're trying to do the transition?
I'm doing it. I just did it. I did it. Dad in the life.
Dad in the life. Yeah, it's been, is that what we're calling this?
Sure. That's what you said. So I'm just going by that.
I wanted to make it like if we thought of it on the spot. So I'm like, oh wow, what a good idea, Paul.
Movie magic.
That was amazing. Completely improvised. Yeah, Dad in the life, because I'm telling you right now, fucking now, Paul, that your day in the life or your dad in the life is either amazing or awful, but it's going to change significantly. And when I say Groundhog Day, it's literally Groundhog Day for me every day.
Okay. You want to run it down?
Nope, that's the whole podcast.
there. We're done.
Thanks for joining us. Make sure to subscribe.
Yeah, rate that episode.
Yeah, so it's like you have these routines when you have a day in the life. And for any dads, moms, people out there who have these set schedules, you have these routines that you have to do. There's like the waking up, getting dressed, eating breakfast, off to school. We'll talk about weekends in a bit.
So basically keeping your kids alive and clothed.
Yeah, but it's after school, feeding them again, snacks, then dinner.
Don't get them wet after midnight.
Bedtime routine. No, that's what was that movie? It was Gremlins.
Yeah.
That's Gremlins, but you can't get them wet. Which is not a far stretch, to be honest, from kids. So if you watch that movie,
it's basically Parenthood.
It's Parenthood
101.
101. And then evening program.
Oh,
right? Thinking of it camp styles. And then put them to bed and hope that they sleep all night, and then wake up and do it all over again. So it's tough, and I'll get into the minute details of it. But how was your week first?
It was same, selling real estate.
You make any sales this week?
This week, no. Actually, I lost a listing, which was...
How do you lose a listing?
It's difficult.
Like someone stops talking to you?
No, it's more complex than that.
Okay.
Difficult clients, just we are in the weirdest real estate market of all time. This isn't a real estate podcast, so I don't need to go into it.
But that's Toronto based, or just
That's
across
Toronto.
the North American world?
I would say Canada. I just read that it's like interest rates are almost 8% in the States, which is insane. We're at almost 7% here. So yeah, it's just a weird market. And then and we are 4.5 weeks out from baby.
I wanted to ask you about that.
Baby.
4.5. What are you going to name him this week?
I'm going to name him.
Let's say, how about this? On the count of 3, say a name. We'll see if we are in sync to say the same name.
Sure.
You want to try? So it's 1, 2, 3, name.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, hold on. Just look at me for a second.
You're not going to guess this one.
Okay. One, two, three.
three.
Chester.
Pinky.
That was a complete fail.
That was.
Pinky?
Pinky.
Why Pinky?
I was just thinking Pinky in the brain.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking like a pinky, like a small baby wiener.
Oh, okay. Small baby wieners.
That's just where my mind goes when
Yeah.
you say that.
So
It's a dad thing.
We're 4.5 weeks out from baby Pinky coming into the picture,
Yeah.
and it's getting real. We've just had her baby shower.
Really?
Yeah,
And does she accept presents for that?
yeah. We had a registry that I had no idea what was on it, and I have no say in anything.
Yeah, but for the registry of the baby shower, that's like everything she loves.
Well, I was like, could we get a guitar? And
no,
she's like,
you can't register
no.
for that.
What if the baby wants to play guitar?
I don't think Long McQuaid has a registry system
Whatever.
set up,
That's fine.
but maybe.
Yeah.
So 4.5 weeks out.
Yes.
Has since we've last filmed, which is like a week and a half ago.
Yep.
Has anything changed in Jess's personality
Oh,
or
yeah.
energy?
She's in her like nesting phase where like everything needs to be perfect. If I leave like one thing out, it's like I've done it always. So if there's like a sock on the floor and it's the only time there's ever been a sock on the floor,
You're gonna hear about it.
oh, I'm hearing about it.
If you're not home, is it like when you get home she'll tell you or confront you, or is it
Like
you're
a
gonna get a
million-
text or a phone call?
Oh, I get
'Cause
texts. I get fax messages. There was a bird that
Messenger
just,
bird?
Yeah, just smacked me in the head. Don't bother coming home.
God, you're a
dead to
piece
me.
of shit.
Yeah, it's every form of communication. My pager from 2001 just all of a sudden went off, and
Appeared.
it was like 911. I'm like, I don't know how to call someone. There's no more payphones.
Nothing.
No payphones.
There's a few left.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are you supportive though? Because you realize that hormones are going off.
To an extent, you know,
Yeah.
there's like I said in a previous podcast, like I'm trying to work on my patience,
Yeah.
and it's some days are better than others.
Yeah, and that's not going to be far off from what it's like with kids. Some
Yeah.
days your patience will be big and you can handle any type of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I've dealt with something like that recently, and some days will be short. Yeah,
And what
patience.
was that? What were you dealing with?
Just like my kids, and I don't know if this should be let us know if you think this topic should be its own podcast episode, because I think
Sure.
I can talk about it for an hour.
Okay.
I'm going to call it Kids Say Fucked Up Shit. And
Like
that's
the
a reality.
Bill Cosby show?
Yeah, it's like the R-rated version of the Bill Cosby show.
I think a lot of Bill Cosby shows were R-rated.
That was more of the like
His after party.
after party kind of shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids say fucked up shit, and sometimes I can handle it or I'll laugh at it, and sometimes I'm just like,
You got to give us an example,
I'm
man.
like, shut the fuck up. An example. Okay, so like, well, here's the one that stands on my mind. This isn't super recent, but this happened a lot when Sunny was like in the age of like 2 to 3.
Okay.
She would say shit that would really frighten us as parents.
Oh man, I can't wait for this. Let's hear it.
So like, this happened to both me and Jamie, but Jamie was putting her to bed in the routine that we were in at that time often, and we'd have like the baby chair in, like, did you get a rocking chair for your baby's room
We sure
yet?
did.
How much?
$2,800.
Fucking insane.
It's nuts.
You know what chair we use?
What chair?
The one you bought me.
I bought you a chair.
You bought me a chair. When we got my first condo, you bought me that chair from Crate and Barrel. It was like a recliner gray leather chair.
I'm a great realtor.
Great realtor. Use Paul or my wife.
Yeah.
Maybe co-list it.
Absolutely
Just so we both can profit. But anyways, so she's sitting on the chair.
Okay.
Sunny's in her crib, and just it's quiet. She's in her bed, and Sunny would be like, "Mommy, I'm going to push you down the stairs, and you're going to die."
No way.
Swear to God.
Why does she have an accent?
That's what she sounds like in my mind. That even now she sounds like in her mind. She's like, or she goes, "I'm going to cut you." Out of nowhere, unprompted.
She needs an exorcism.
And she goes, and Jamie would go, "Sonny, that's not funny." She goes, "It is funny." And she would say, "It is funny."
And she's like deadpan serious.
Deadpans 2.
Wow.
She's not even like at an age to be aware of what that is. So like,
where did she learn that from?
I don't know. Lucifer?
Like that's that like she needs an exorcism. I just came off of watching a horror movie every single night.
Yeah.
Red flags are going off.
That's
in my
how
head.
it started?
Yeah, I'm calling a priest.
Listen, I wouldn't be opposed to it. So yeah. So
Has
anyway,
she
so
like crawled on your ceiling before?
not quite, but they do climb the walls.
That's awesome and terrifying.
I hate when they fucking climb the walls. These are the things that you're gonna learn. It's like,
how do your kids climb the walls? I was joking.
no, there's I'll tell you how. So like there's like, I don't know, there's like the what are they called? Like you're a real estate guy, like pillars, not pillars, but like
Posts?
Is it posts?
What do you do?
So
Support
let's just
beams?
say this, yeah, support beams. Okay,
Okay.
sure. There's like drywall where there's space on both sides, so you can grab it, you can hold on to it.
Okay.
And they go barefoot and they start like climbing up the wall barefoot, and I'm like, your fucking feet are filthy, and they're putting marks on the wall.
So maybe if you actually showered and don't wait 2 days in between showers, your kids would
They shower,
more.
but I don't shower.
Okay.
I don't climb the wall, so I can get away with it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's so they say crazy stuff and it drives you crazy, and that's all part of what happens in the day-to-day life. So yeah, my template for my everyday is the same, and in many ways it's beautiful, but in many ways it's so boring. And that's the reality of being a dad, and you're going to have these moments in their lifetime span, like 0 to 6 months, 6 to 12, where there's a shift in it. Like
Okay.
maybe you'll find comfort in, not comfort, but maybe you'll get into a pattern of, maybe Jess is doing the bedtime routine. And so that's opening this window for you. But it can switch because their personalities change. And what you've been doing for the last, whether it's 6 months or 2 days, no longer works.
Yeah.
And you have to constantly adjust to this mundane, consistent
So
day in the life.
maybe having that one kid like I'm doing is,
Yeah, but you
maybe
know what?
maybe it's a bit easier.
Okay, please, people comment. Like, are you multi-kid fans or one-kid fans? They have their ups and downs. I'm not going to deny.
And we won't tell your kids if you say you
Yeah.
only want the one.
Have you ever seen that video where the couple are having this husband and wife are on the couch and having like a discussion about like, should we have kids? And they're talking about the benefits and the
Sure.
ups and the downs, and they're having a really like intimate talk about children.
Yeah.
And then the music is serious, and then the camera zooms, and then they decide, you know what? Maybe it's not for us. And then the camera zooms out, and their 2 kids are standing on the ground, and they just pick them up and throw them out the door.
That sounds pretty great.
It is fantastic,
It is.
and I can relate sometimes. Love my
Sometimes.
kids, but I can relate to that.
So there's the game Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Yeah?
Why
You
not?
think I'm going to say
No,
this?
no, I'm gonna say keep, donate,
Nope.
mail.
This is going to live on the interwebs forever, and I'm not having this shown at any of my kids, like bar bat mitzvahs,
Yeah,
where
maybe
I decided
Maybe we'll just cut that whole part out.
we'll cut it all out.
All right.
But so what's your, so I'll get deeper into my day in a life
Yeah.
or dad in a life, because I have some stories and weekends
Sure.
and all that stuff, activities. Oh fuck, you get ready for activities.
I
Not
can't-
at first,
can't wait.
but
I can't wait.
I'm not until I can like coach my kids, my daughter, my son, be active or a part of their activities. Activities are literally opportunities for me to sit and wait.
You think that you have the athletic ability to
Did
coach?
I say sports?
What are you going to coach them at?
Maybe musical theater.
Okay.
Maybe jazz hands.
Wasn't your dad a baseball coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
You don't need to know a lot from when they're playing t-ball and shit.
Well, he was softball, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played softball.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He played
Snob.
softball, underarm softball.
It was
Yeah.
good. So what's your day in the life though now? Because I want to tell you all the things that are a part of it that are going out the window.
Well, I don't have a real job.
Yeah,
Like-
but what does your day look like
So
daily?
I like-
weekdays. Go weekdays.
So we wake up, I go to the gym.
what time?
My alarm
On
goes
average.
off. So Jess's alarm starts going off at like 7:30.
Yeah.
My alarm goes off, I think, at like 8:05 or 8:15 or something like that.
Yeah.
We hit snooze a couple times.
Gone. That's out the window.
Okay.
Next.
Then
Yeah.
I take my dog to daycare.
Okay.
So I drive Brooks to daycare,
Yeah.
drop her off. I eat my Uncrustables
What
in the
flavor?
car. Strawberry. That's all they have in Canada. They have Nutella in Canada
Yeah,
too.
but you can't eat that as breakfast.
No, I like the grape, sugar-free grape.
I'm
It's
next
way
time
to
I go
go.
to Buffalo, I'll grab you some.
Yeah, and some. Yeah, I got a list for you.
I got you.
So I eat my Uncrustables, which like every day I eat like a 10-year-old
Can I
child.
ask you a question about the Uncrustables?
Sure.
Do you toast it or heat it up?
No, I just let it thaw.
You let it thaw.
Yeah,
I love it toasted.
I've never tried to toast it actually.
Oh,
I'm gonna
hot
try
peanut
that.
butter and jam
Uncrustables.
melting all over your face.
You're more than welcome to
sponsor us.
Please sponsor
please.
the podcast.
Put the logo up. Ding.
So I set my pre-workout as I drive to the gym.
What's a pre-workout?
It's like the supplement to get me into the gym. It's pure caffeine.
Got it.
Mixed with my ADHD medication, I'm flying.
That's good.
But then I get hyper focused, and recently I've been posting these reels on Instagram.
Okay.
So I sit in my car and I sit there for 45 minutes.
You forget to go to the gym.
But then I end up going to the gym, and then my real estate business, I have my own business, I have a team, and I also own part of my brokerage. So I've got so many people messaging me that it sometimes delays my workout.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I go to the gym, work out for 45 minutes to an hour and a half, come back, work from home, go to my office. Then I got showings.
Why do you
offers.
come back to shower?
Yeah, I don't get ready at the gym. I live like 10 minutes away, depending if I go to my gym in Yorkville or if I go to the gym here.
Got it.
I belong to a couple.
Okay.
So then I go to my office. Then I got showings, listing presentations, social media, my own, like the podcast, like everything. So
And what time are you home by? From all
it's
that, on average, I guess it's hard for a
different.
real estate.
It's always different. And then some nights I'm home at 10 or 11. Some nights I'm home at 4. Like it's not in the morning, in the afternoon. Like it's always, I'm in and out. And Jess has been working from home too. She's a lawyer, so she's sometimes in the office, sometimes she's here working out of the other half of this podcast studio.
And you guys, when you're home at a normal time, like do you guys, let's say you both get home or she's home and you get home at 4 or 5, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you guys have dinner together always?
Yeah, we try to. It's like, well, we're also like unwinding, watching. We're big TV watchers and movies and all that kind of stuff. So like basically from like 8 p.m. onwards, it's if I'm not dealing with an offer or, active clients or whatever, we're together on the couch watching
And then
TV.
what time do you guys say, okay, enough? Do you guys, first of all, go up to bed together?
Usually, yeah.
And what time's that?
Like 11.
Oh, really? That early?
Yeah.
And what's, well, that's not early for me, but I thought you stay up super late.
So I do. So Jess will go, she'll fall asleep at like midnight or whatever. And then, I'm up till like 2 a.m. researching how to grow this podcast. So watch this, please.
How to make me famous.
Yes. How do we do this?
And sorry, you're in bed while you're doing that?
Yeah.
And then you go to sleep and you fall asleep by 2?
Yeah, 2.
Do it all over again?
3. Wake up, repeat. Yeah. It's pretty standard.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
So 96% of everything you just said, you're not doing that anymore.
Like what?
I think you're going to have a hard time. Maybe not so much in the first year because Jess is on maternity leave. So she will really do the lion's share of the day-to-day.
Okay.
It will just happen. Maybe not. But because if you're home a lot, maybe she'll be passing.
So you're saying I'm not allowed to breastfeed? I've been trying. Nothing's coming out.
Come here, let me try. No?
What was that movie?
Which movie? What movies are you watching?
No, it was with Robert De Niro. Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers.
Oh, when he was
like, I got nipples, Greg.
You want to try to milk me?
Yeah, exactly. 98% of our brain is movie quotes.
Good. And 98% of the things that you mentioned, you're not doing anymore. Okay, so going back to your list.
Yeah.
So after the first year, my guess, your gym in the morning, out the window. You contest all you want.
It's a non-negotiable.
Out the window, because Jess will be, trust me, out the window. But maybe, okay, probably out the window. Because you're going to need to do more work for work because the time that you had for the gym will now be kid stuff. So everything gets like domino effect shifted.
Sure.
I think this is my life. Obviously, everyone can carve out their own time. That priority, I think, is going out the window.
Baby, carve out time.
Carve out time, not babies.
Yes.
That's the lesson for today.
Yep.
The more you know.
There we go.
Then, okay, so your work life, you're happening day to day. That's still obviously going to happen, but you might get phone calls from, again, we're jumping ahead in time, from your kid's school that you have to go do something. And it's crazy. Like, I worked a lot from home.
Yes.
And so, and Joey's and Sunny's school is very close to our house.
Okay.
So often I get a call that
Sunny's telling people that she's going to push them
down
a flight of stairs.
Okay, sorry, before I forget. Yes.
No.
That happened at school, not to a teacher, but Sunny, this is a fucked up story. And then remind me to jump back into what we were saying. I have to go detour for a second.
Let's do it.
So Sunny,
I'm excited.
So I'm walking to school. I'm not walking to school. I'm just walking outside one day, and my neighbor across the street, who I know, and we're friendly. Like he's friends with my sister, and his wife is friends with my sister. They're pretty close. And he goes, "I gotta tell you a story." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "It's about Sunny." I'm like, "Okay." And so this. he was outside. We go to the school early before the bell rings, and we wait, like on the field or on the tarmac, wherever whatever door the kids are coming out of. That's where we wait. So he's waiting for his kid, which happens to be the same door that Sunny typically waits at. comes out of. Sorry, let me back up. Sunny comes out of the kindergarten door, and so she was brought around to wait for Joey to come out. Kindergartens get dismissed a little bit earlier.
Okay.
So she's out earlier. That's why the story's going to work.
Okay.
And so she's sitting on the hill, waiting for Joey, and this guy, his name's Mike, says, "Hey, Sunny, do you know who I am?" She goes, "No." She knows who he is. She goes, "No." And he goes, "Yes, you do. I'm your neighbor from across the street." She goes, "I don't know you. You're a stranger." And he's like, "Okay." And she goes, "I will cut you." Okay. And he goes, "What, Sonny? You're gonna cut me?" And she goes into her backpack and pulls out a pair of scissors. And she goes, "I will cut your hair." And he's like, "Where did those scissors come from?" Kids don't bring scissors to school. She stole scissors from her class, put them in her bag, knowing that she was going to have an interaction where she had to pull scissors out and shank a dude.
Well, maybe let me put a positive spin on this.
Yeah.
Maybe she wants to start a bathroom haircutting business.
That's not a positive spin.
Sunny Slices.
Sunny cuts?
Well, I went alliteration.
Yeah. Listen, you're good at that.
I am.
But yeah, so...
That's terrifying.
He was terrified. The fact that he still brings it up to this day.
Do you guys have like a Ouija board in your house? Or is
No.
your house on an ancient burial ground?
That's possible.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's very possible.
Yeah.
So jumping back, I told you to remind me where we were going.
I'm flabbergasted by that.
Oh, but
Let's go back to daily routine.
Daily routines.
Pivot off of Daniel's child cutting people with scissors.
I'm not going to pretend that I'm not worried about her future.
I just also called you Daniel, which is freaking weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's not weird for me because that is my name.
If you say so.
I have 3 people in my life that call me Dan, and that's weird to me.
You're not a Dan.
3 people, and I can pinpoint them.
And you should unfriend them right now. Okay, so back to what you think is getting removed from my life.
Removed. Okay, so you're going to work, fine. So you're getting calls from schools, and somebody has to tend to the call. I got a call the other day that there was an accident at school from a
number one or number two?
Number one, an accident situation. And I wasn't anywhere near the school at this point.
So what do you do?
So I'm talking to the secretary on the phone, and I'm like, okay, what are our options? Because I'm nowhere near. This is about 2:45. By the time I got to
school's over.
It's over in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So if I was at home, it would take me a minute and a half to get there. So I would have, but it's 45 minutes from the end of the day, and I'm downtown. Okay.
Yeah.
So me and the secretary were brainstorming. I'm giving ideas. I'm like, okay, does the school sell like school merch? Can I buy a pair of sweatpants? No, they don't have any. Does the school have a lost and found? Are there shorts or pants there that she can just put on? No, they don't have. They looked. There's nothing in her size. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, that's kind of gross because she would have to go commando.
That was horrible.
Listen, there's no bad ideas when you're brainstorming. I'm just throwing things out.
That's a pretty bad idea.
Throwing things out. Throwing things out. Finally, I'm like, is there like a hair dryer? Not a hair dryer, but like, in the bathroom?
Just like hang her upside down?
The kids' bathrooms, those hand dryers are lower.
I can't say I frequent children's bathrooms.
Well, you will start because you're going to have a kid, and it's family bathrooms. But anyways, they're like, yeah, there's one in the staff bathroom. I'm like, okay, take her in there and have her just like, for like, a couple minutes under there and let it dry. She's like, good idea. And she did it. She called me back like 5 minutes later. She goes, we did it. It worked. She'll be fine till the end of the day.
So she was the smelly kid?
No, it didn't smell. Not that I know.
Okay.
But maybe she was a smelly kid. I don't know. Fuck, kids will forget. She's young enough. I peed on my shirt once in elementary school.
I was just going to ask if you ever, because I have like 2 pee memories that I totally remember.
At school?
At school.
Okay, you want to go first?
Sure.
I want to hear your pee memory.
Grade 3.
Is it about me or it's about you?
No, it's about me. I don't remember you peeing yourself.
Well, mine was like a public thing. You don't remember it, but I'll tell you about it. Go.
Okay. Yeah, I just remember in grade 3.
Sorry, just to reconnect this to the whole entire theme of the episode, this has now become a day in our lives as kids.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I remember grade 3, and I was wearing, I got jeans that were like buttonfly, and I'd never had buttonfly jeans before.
Listen, that's buttonfly.
And I
had
to really pee. And I remember I was like, Joe, I couldn't get it done. And I was like,
what grade were you in? 3?
It was grade 3.
That's
Yeah.
not bad. I was older when it happened to me at school.
Well, I have another one,
Let's hear it.
but it wasn't at school. It was when I got home. So, yeah. So then I came back.
And I got a
just owned it.
Velcro fly, and it was even worse.
No, and I was just like, yeah, look at these sick designs on my jeans. They're like crazy jeans. Eh? Aren't these jeans crazy sick designs?
You said this in class?
Yeah. And then I think it was Jeremy was there, and all I remember was thinking, well, I'm like, well, this kid's wearing like freaking bicycle shorts, a long t-shirt, and socks pulled up to
And
his,
like a silk dress
yeah,
shirt.
and a silk dress shirt. I'm like, my style's way better than this guy.
I'm in a good spot.
So I tried to like own it. So I was owning it. And then I remember one time I was walking home from school. We've again known each other since kindergarten.
Yeah.
So it was like grade 7, maybe. No, dude, I think it might have been high school. And
let me remind you that this is now going to be on the internet.
yeah, it's forever. I don't
Forever.
care.
Okay,
I'm
go.
owning it, man.
Go.
If you're peeing in your pants, it's cool, man.
Pee your pants cool. Well, don't forget your story, but have you seen, based on what you just told me, do you ever watch I Think You Should Leave?
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, great show.
There's a skit in there, a sketch in there where he creates a fake website for people who like pee accidentally in their pants with like dribbles, and it's a website that like if someone calls you out because you dribbled on your pants, you're like, no, that's the style of the jeans. So you were the originator of that.
I want royalties. So I was walking home from school, and I guess in the routine I will go home. I go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I'm like on my porch. I was just like, oh, routine's kicking in. I got to go. And I'm like, I don't know where my keys are. I had no idea where my keys are.
Why don't you just pee outside?
Yeah, I should have. I just let it rip.
In your pants? You could have pulled your pants down and peed at the side of your house.
I didn't want to pull out my wiener in front of everyone. They'd be like jealous.
Who's
like,
at the side of your house?
Everyone. There were people watching me.
That's where they hang out.
So those are my pee stories.
And so what you did when you got into your house eventually?
I don't remember.
Did anyone say anything?
No, I blacked out.
You went back. Your mom woke you up later. You're just sticky and wet.
Yeah.
Paul, what happened? I couldn't get the keys open.
Yeah.
Mine was in elementary school, but it was like grade 7 or 8.
Okay.
And I had to pee so bad. And you had to get like the pass to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So I got the pass to go to the bathroom, and Danny DeHaan also got a pass.
We're dropping names.
Yeah, I'm dropping names.
Okay.
I'm fucking bringing receipts on this one because he traumatized me with this. And I'm grade 7. No, I'm in grade 7, and I have to pee so bad. I'm going, and he's following me. He's coming with me. I'm like, okay, whatever. And so, like, you're in grade 7. Like, it's a time of your life. You're self-conscious. I'm not looking to fucking like. I don't want to show my dick to my friends at that point in my life. Not that I want to show it so much now.
I was just gonna say, what point of your life are you in?
But
where
like
you do
now,
want to
I
do
would pee or shower no problem in front of my friends.
Okay.
I've done that before.
Sure.
Invite them over sometimes,
just come
and
and
I just
shower.
come watch me.
Sure. We're actually going to do a live podcast from Carson's shower.
From the shower.
Yeah.
So he's like, every urinal I go to, he's like trying to like peek and look, and I'm like moving and moving. I'm like, stop, man! I want to pee so bad. And then I go into the stall, and he goes into the next stall, and he stands up, and he looks over. I'm like, and I can stop. And finally, like I get to like a stall, and I'm like going quick, and I pee, but my shirt was far down. Like we had baggy shirts.
What shirt was this?
It's just like a white. It wasn't the cowboy shirt. That was for picture day.
Yeah,
once.
You don't want to ruin that shirt.
I'm leaving. I'm fucking leaving this podcast. This will be the first walkout on this podcast. I'm wearing a white t-shirt. I remember perfectly. A white t-shirt, which is worse. And I pee all over it. It's like a line, like a full semicircle line, covered in piss.
Okay.
And I have to go back to class.
Okay.
So what do?
You say it was a hypercolor shirt.
No, I didn't say anything. I'm wearing like whatever jeans.
You tucked it in?
Tucked it in.
Yeah.
And so the jeans it was like at my belly button. The jeans.
I think we all went through a tuck phase though.
Were so high. And of course, DeHaan told everybody that I peed in my pants. So
why was he trying to look? I have never heard the story before.
Listen, we can dive deeper into why I think he was probably looking.
So how do you is this something you teach your kids?
About what? Not peeing on your pants?
Like not peeing in your pants.
It's part of the day in the life.
Well, but I think like there's like a phase where wearing those like big kid diapers aren't a thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you got to transition them out of it.
Yeah. So like this is something you got to talk to your kids about.
Yeah. It's almost like, so here's the thing, and we'll jump back to everything soon, but the reality is that they'll naturally progress. You may want them to go and be potty trained earlier.
Yeah.
But it is whatever it is. Like they're not going to not, right? It's like they're always going to walk. They're eventually going to walk. They're eventually going to crawl. They're eventually going to understand that using the bathroom and understanding their body. So like we don't push it, but the daycare, you talked about daycare, and I don't know if you've looked into that further or if you made any decisions.
No, we did get a pediatrician though.
There you go.
Yeah,
so that's listen, this podcast is helping you.
It is, yeah. Enriching my life. I also got fucking New Balance shoes, man. I'm transforming.
I have lost my shoes.
Yeah, he has.
You next to go, skinny ripped jeans.
No, it's never gonna happen.
It's gonna be weird when you're going into like elementary school.
Nope.
Dad, just drop me off.
Man, I go into like $10 million listings like this.
That's why you lost the listing this week. But they're eventually going to learn, but the daycare helps because if they're on board, right, they spend most of their time there. Atlas is in daycare from like 8-ish a.m. till about 5:30. That's like an 8-9 hour day.
Yeah.
So if they're doing it there, then really you only have to maintain it in the morning and when they get home, because at night they're still going to wear pull-ups like good nights or whatever it is. Like so, they'll still wear those. That happens for a while after they're potty trained. Sure. Because they're sleeping. It's a different type of training. So it's really easy if you lean on them to do it. So it's never a big deal, and they eventually learn on their own, essentially on their own.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it really deep and crazy? Listen, you asked about teaching your kids how to pee, so
it's essentially the daycare's problem until they come home.
I've never potty trained though a boy before because Atlas is only 2, so I don't know.
When does potty training happen?
It's happening right now.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 2 and a bit, 2.5.
And you've been like peed on a lot.
Never.
You talked about the poo story, so you're lying.
Sorry, I thought you meant from Atlas.
Oh well. Alice
with a boy, you think like the whole story is that boys.
Yeah, they spray.
Yeah, he's never peed on me.
Has he peed on Jamie?
I think it happened to her earlier on.
Okay.
Once or twice. I think he actually peed on her, if I remember, and then we were in our den, and he peed all on her and all over like our window curtains.
So, getting back to the day,
that's going to be your response to that. The window curtains.
Yeah. Screw window curtains.
Okay.
They do raise property value.
So day in the life. So that's weekdays. We're busy.
Yeah. So like, obviously you have like a calendar.
Yeah.
With Jamie.
Yes.
And that's got to be super important. Like my whole life is done by my calendar. Like my assistant runs my calendar. My whole team has it. They know where I am.
So you're prepared because we missed certain like activities and things because we weren't actively keeping up our calendar. Okay. And that calendar life will put you leaps and bounds. Not at first because there's not much shit going on when they're a baby, but ahead of the game. There's a lot of
doctor appointments. Even now, it's just
that's
like
true.
crazy.
That's true. I forget about that stuff because it's been a while. But yeah, like calendar is great. I was going to say because
you don't believe in science, but whatever. That's a whole other conversation.
Pray to my Lord Jesus.
Yeah, calendars are something I live by. I need to be scheduled just because of my job, but I was like telling Jess that like I need to time block better. Like I think I need to break my day into like 15-minute intervals.
And do you have separate calendars?
Jess and I don't have a shared calendar yet.
Yes, yeah,
so I'm just saying like the way that I run my life and my business.
Yeah.
Like my assistant Athena, she's on my calendar. Like it's all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I make my own calendar because I'm not a spoiled piece of garbage, but
spoiled piece of garbage.
My assistant Athena makes my calendar.
I pay her.
Yeah, but be on top of your calendar a little bit. No, you don't have any insight. Once she book something,
I do. Yeah.
Once she put something in, you're like, I don't want to do that.
Then
I'm not coming to your gynecology appointment, Athena.
Yeah.
Why is that in there?
That's weird.
Well, listen, if she's running it, she might accidentally put something in.
So you guys do have a joint calendar?
Yes.
But so for you though, because like you don't have a normal job either, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Who does does Jamie work from home? Like how is this all set up?
She doesn't. Well, she does kind of now. She just recently got a new job and it's kind of a hybrid opportunity. Sure. But whenever we get something that relates to the kids, whether I get the information or she gets it, like let's say a kid's birthday, one of their friends' birthday parties.
Okay.
Whether I'm going to take them or not, or we're both going to go, or I'm a part of it, or she's a part of it, she'll enter it into the calendar and send it to me so I'm aware of it. So that way we both will eventually discuss when we get closer, okay, I have to take, Sunny and Atlas to this activity and you'll do the birthday party and blah, blah, blah. We just need to have all their activities and the things that they do in our calendar. And that's really the only part of the calendar that we keep is like only related to the kids. But I do send her all, because the kids are so busy, I have to send her all my work stuff as well. because she needs to know, like, this podcast filming is in her calendar.
Yeah.
Because she needs to know that I'm not around tonight for her to do the things that she needs to do.
So she doesn't just assume you're in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or I just don't drop a bomb on her last minute and say I'm going out, because she might have had a plan for dinner or this or that.
Yeah. So
right?
like, so she's just dealing with the 3 kids right now by herself.
Right now, what day is it? Friday? She's dealing with the 3 kids by herself.
What do you think they're doing right now? This is Friday evening.
7:09 in the day in the life. I can tell you exactly what they're doing.
What are they doing right now?
Right now, well, because I'm not there, here's the thing. When I'm not there, Jamie's a little bit slower to move to get things done. So I am the first one to pop up in the morning to get things started. I'm the first one to initiate bedtime and routines.
So you're the enforcer. I'm
not the enforcer.
You are.
I'm the person who loves schedules.
When did that happen?
It was forced upon me. It was forced upon me. I've been partners.
Yeah.
I've been partners. That sounds weird. With people in my life, both business and not,
Yeah.
where they're loosey goosey with their schedule, and it caused direct implications on my life,
Okay.
which caused me to become more and more aware. And I hate lateness. I think I've always hated lateness, but I hate lateness, and I hate.
And you're friends with me, who's constantly
That's why
late.
we don't hang out socially anymore.
I'm always
But
late.
so I hate it. So right now my kids, because I'm building in some leeway time of her moving slow. They're probably still downstairs. They should be upstairs, getting to their pajamas and brushing their teeth. So if they are on the right schedule, Jamie would be putting Atlas to bed while Joey and Sunny are in Joey's room playing, writing, drawing, watching their iPad. They do that sometimes.
Drawing death machines.
That's Sunny.
Yeah.
That was us.
That was us.
Yeah, people would have thought we were crazy if they looked at us as kids.
They still think we are.
That's true. But now we don't have it on paper. They're doing their thing. She's putting to bed. When Atlas eventually falls asleep, which will be around 8:15, 8:30, she'll go, because she's alone, she'll go into their room, give them a 10-minute warning, 15-minute warning to finish up whatever they're doing, and then the lights will go off. And they've been sleeping together a lot recently.
Okay.
Joey and Sunny. Again, like I said, everything shifts in your day in the life because their personalities change and because they're getting older. And so things are changing. So right now we're in a routine in our day in the life of Joey and Sunny sleeping together in Joey's room.
Okay.
And Atlas just got his new big boy bed.
Oh boy.
And we're trying to get him comfortable with that.
Is it like a race car or is it an actual bed?
No, it's actually his crib converted to a double bed.
Oh, so it's not a new bed.
It's a new mattress.
It's new to him.
New mattress.
Okay.
New sheets.
Yeah.
New blankets.
Is it an ND?
New pillows.
Sponsor the show.
No, it's not an ND unless they sponsor this show.
Yeah, then it will be. ND.
Actually, Joey's is an ND.
Okay, mine is too.
This was a Sleep Country, nice mattress. And so Atlas is going into bed into his room in our day in our life. And for the last 3 nights, because that's how long he's been going to sleep in there.
Yep.
Between 12:30 a.m. till 2 a.m., he'll wake up, he'll start screaming, and we'll then have to make the decision of
he just starts screaming.
Screaming. And so when he did that in his crib, and this is frightening, this part is frightening. When he did that in his crib, he's in his crib, he stands up, he naturally stands up and starts calling for us, just screaming. But he was in his crib, he's safe. Now he stands up, he doesn't realize he doesn't have, there's a little railing, but it's about as high as this.
So
he would topple over. So he's just leaning, so his bed's up against the wall. And and I can see him in the monitor. He's just facing the wall, Donkey Kong punching the wall and screaming, which is against our wall, going, "Mommy, Daddy," just smashing the wall. And I have to get in there as quick as possible before he turns and stumbles and flips off the bed because it's pitch black in there, pitch black. So I've been going into his room and sleeping the rest of the night with him in there because I really want him to get comfortable in that bed.
What is he scared of? Sunny.
Yeah, so maybe I'm not judging him.
No, I think that you need some family therapy time.
This has become the Bash Sunny podcast, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with it. It's opening up my eyes a bit to hear a perspective that this behavior is not normal.
No, the only perspective that I'm hearing right now is that I am 100% in the right having one child.
No, because if your one child is the good son and he's a psychopath.
Just watch that movie. Phenomenal movie.
Phenomenal movie.
But thinking back, so you had Joey on her own for 3 years.
Yes. No. 3 years. Yeah, they're 3 years apart.
Looking back,
I think of pregnancy, so I get confused.
Back on that, it was so much easier. It was chiller.
Are you trying
You
to
had
convince
one
me to
of-
give up two of my kids
You could probably
so
make
that
some good
me and
money
you
on
can
them.
do it together?
Yeah, let's do it, man. No, let's dad it up together. But no, like I'm saying, I feel like just having the one is
This isn't
so
up.
much easier.
Yes and no. I'll tell you why
Where
no.
I don't see any negatives.
Okay, I'll tell you
Let's
why
hear
no.
this negative.
I'm going to tell you a couple negatives.
Let's go. I'm going to rebuttal everyone because apparently I'm defensive.
Yes, you are.
Yes, that's the term that's been going around my house frequently.
Jess isn't wrong. Listen to her sometimes. She is very insightful.
Yeah, she's very smart.
And
It's
so
terrifying.
when she breaks down your traits as a human being, take notes.
Yeah. Okay.
She's not far off.
I would love to hear how one child is not as easy as having three.
Okay, you're home.
Home.
You know what? Let me give you a scenario. You're in the pandemic again.
All right,
okay?
pandemic. You can't say that word.
Yes, you can.
We're going to get demonetized.
No, we're not even
monetize this.
monetized.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're in the pandemic. You're home every day. I was in the pandemic every
were.
day with all my kids, one being born within the pandemic.
Yes.
Who's going to entertain them?
Us.
There's one. Yeah, you're going to do that all day long?
Sure.
No, you're not.
I'm pro screen time.
Joey, yeah, I'm pro screen time too. Screen it up. But they're bored. They get bored with that. Joey will entertain Sonny. Sonny will entertain Atlas. They have each
Nobody
other.
entertains Daniel.
Nobody entertains. Who entertains Daniel? I don't even know where that's from, but it sounds like it's from something. They play with each other. They take the load off of us. They do things together at an age that they're similar at, where they're doing things together. They're not depending on their parents to constantly feed and entertain them. Okay?
Sure.
So flaw. Okay.
I don't
That's
recall
a con.
ever getting entertained by my brothers.
Yeah, but you had shitty brothers. That's like the outlier.
Sure.
When you're younger and your kids, you play together with your siblings.
Okay.
You play with your siblings.
Yeah.
Play with your siblings.
Yeah.
It's fun. Something to do. You're not alone. You're not hanging out with you two, emo parents. You're hanging out with your friends and
Yeah.
cousins.
Whatever.
Okay? Whatever, man. Then flip it. Okay? Okay, so socializing. Okay?
Yes.
That helps. They get more social because they get resilient.
Sure.
Because they're usually siblings will beat them up and they'll fight and they'll build a backbone. They won't be like and again, this isn't all it's only child kids, but it can happen. If we're talking about the benefits of an only child, we got to talk about some negatives.
Sure.
And sometimes only child kids are needy. They think the world revolves around them because that's the life they grew up in.
So I'm
because their
basically an
parents,
only child.
yeah, you're like an only child
Yeah.
with siblings because their parents can have a tendency to shower them with gifts, praise, love. They treat their only kid as if it was the only nice pair of shoes or nice purse they own.
Okay. Sure.
Then flip side, you get older.
Yes.
You and your lovely, old lady wife Jess are old.
Who's 9 years younger than me.
Yeah, but so you're in this scenario, you're 80 and she's 70,
I'm old and
70
senile.
71.
Sure.
It flips. The story flips. Kids will eventually have to take care or be a part of taking care of their parents, whether it's helping them with.
No, this is just the
old-
mom guilt your mom is laid into.
No, this is what mom. You said everyone does this. No, you start to take care of your parents, whether it's both, it's financial, whether it's helping them with certain things, going over there to help them with the internet or whatever's going to exist in your future. And it becomes a burden, or it can become a burden. Again, we're talking about the negative side of being an only child, where
So
you have
split the burden.
You split the burden, of course. Like if my mom needs something, it's not a burden; it's a mitzvah, right? It's a nice
That's
thing
only
to do
because she's
for your
watching
parents.
and she's the only one who comments on our stuff.
Maybe, but the reality is that I can lean on my sister to do things for my parents when I'm not around, and she can lean on me to do things for them when she's not around. So it's not all on you. If you and Jess want to move away, and if you were your mom's only kid, then you're essentially leaving her and she has no one in her circle. Now, again, it's different for all families and relationships are different in units of parents and things like that.
Yeah.
I think you're laughing at me inside because you're like, that wouldn't bother my family at all, but it does happen and it's not so outlandish that that's a scenario. So those are my cons to only childness.
I see a big con.
Yes.
Minivan. Multiple kids.
We don't have a minivan anymore.
You did.
We got rid of it.
You did.
We're moving on.
You had a minivan.
You know what? The minivans these days are spectacular.
What if all of your kids like different things? And
I'm happy when they do.
but
So
then
activities. Can we talk about that then?
let's talk about activities, daily life and activities. But like if you're taking 3 different people to 3 different things.
Yeah, it's consuming. Don't get me wrong. It's very consuming of my time. My day in the life, if it's not work, it's kids. There's very few moments at the age they're at now where I can focus on me. And I'm okay with that. There's something special about that. There's something amazing about that. If you were our vein like me and you are at times
Sure.
when we were younger, it helps with that. It gives you a bigger purpose, and I get joy out of doing only the things that everyone else likes, whether it's my kids basically. So they do like different things, and activities are a big part of that. So Sunny loves gymnastics. Joey loves gymnastics. Sunny hates dance. Joey loves ballet. So she goes and does ballet. Atlas loves dance. He's loving it. He's signed up at Vibe. There's a free little plug for Vibe. Great dance. Love them. And so they will start to like different things, and you just divide and conquer. And if you're smart, you won't have this, but because you're not having more than one kid, you find the activity that's the longest, that involves you the least. And I know I said earlier I want to be a part of it, but right now when you're so tired, driving Joey to ballet because she's old and she can go in herself for an
She
hour.
just drives herself to ballet.
No, but driving her to ballet
Sure.
and bringing her in, I have an hour or so to just sit in my car.
And what do you do?
Right? I don't know. I think I mentioned this like on episode 4. I don't know. We haven't
They're all
watched it yet.
bleeding
Together. But I'll do whatever I want. I'll go on my phone. I'll go to A&W and eat a Buddy Burger in my car. I'll do whatever.
Okay.
I'll sit there. But Atlas, who loves gymnastics, the parent has to be involved. So I have to do an actual workout for 45 minutes. That's exhausting. So if you can pick the right activity as the parent, then that's a dad hack. That's a dad hack.
Okay.
Find the activity. If you're dividing and conquering, find the activity that when they're younger and you need rest, that involves you the least, so you can catch up and get all that, build up that energy so that you can, be active in their life later.
But so now all 3 kids are not around 24/7. So Atlas is in daycare
And the
all
kids are
day.
in school.
So now your life has kind of shifted back to normal, right?
Yes.
So it's like 2 years of like
1 year.
weird,
1 year.
of like weird.
Yeah, like
And
the first
then-
12 months, the baby's home.
Yeah. So then you feel some kind of normalcy.
Yeah.
Have you thought about, I know you were like a day camper forever. Have you thought about overnight camp?
Yeah, so we got so that would be like, summer has its own day in the life. Our summer schedule shifts like crazy because the kids do go to camp.
So it's worse. Is it worse or better?
Yeah, it's always better in the summer because it's warm, right? Like getting kids ready in the winter, talking about day in the life, day in the life from November till whatever March
is
a nightmare because you need to plan an extra 30 minutes in the morning to get your kids dressed appropriately, snow pants, jacket, gloves, hats, whatever they have to wear, boots, and then the worst is when you do all that whole
and then
process,
they have to go to the bathroom.
you have to go to the bathroom.
It's like that book, the Robert Munch book.
I have to go to the bathroom because I just put on all my snow clothes.
Yeah, and then you just pee.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just tell them to pee.
It's written by Miles Davis.
Yeah, horrible. So the days in life shift. So it's nuts. It's nuts. It's crazy.
So
crazy.
if you could go back,
yeah,
you would still have 3 kids.
stop convincing me to give up my kid. Sorry, you asked me about sleepover camp.
Yeah.
Joey is the only one of age right now who could go.
Okay.
Sunny could maybe do like there might be a long weekend kind of introduction kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Joey can't go, and she wants to go, but she doesn't want to give up acting.
Because she's got a movie coming out.
She's got a movie coming out. This episode will be out after the movie probably, right?
Or right before.
No, it won't.
Okay.
It comes out November 3rd.
We don't have to tell people our movie magic.
No, I'm not. Her movie comes out November 3rd.
Well, I'm saying our movie magic. They don't know.
Oh yeah, they don't need to know. This is coming out. This is live.
We're live streaming it.
Her agent, like for most professional actors,
Yep.
they won't let you go to sleepover camp. They
No,
tell
no,
you,
you
they sign the
can't.
contract.
Yeah.
So because there's auditions a lot in the summer.
That's like what was one of the main reasons why I didn't go away for university, was because I wanted to focus on acting and music.
Yeah.
So
Same
like,
with me. We're
yeah,
in the same
like,
boat.
you
DJing,
have to.
music, and all
Yeah.
that shit. So she has an internal struggle right now because we're talking about it. It's
But
a conversation.
Are you having an internal struggle because you don't want her to miss on these
I
opportunities?
do. I have that. I shift, right? Like she loves acting and I love that she does it. But sometimes I DJ'd a party recently. It was a bat mitzvah. And the bat mitzvah girl and all her camp friends went up on stage and they did a whole dance and the speech and all this shit. And I'm like, you know this because you went to camp.
Yeah.
The camaraderie that happens in those 2 months with your friends
insane.
is sometimes and likely more powerful than your 10-month friendships.
Sure.
Because you're living together, you're
Yeah,
cohabitating
every
in
day.
space. It's every day.
Every day. It's every day.
And I
bro.
want her to have that. And maybe she will one day, but I think she's going to end up starting a little bit later than some of her friends because right now she still is like, I don't want to give up acting. I do want to do sleepover camp, but I'm not willing to give up acting. And that's the way it is.
So this is kind of going to bleed into the day in the life stuff. That takes up a lot of time. Going to auditions and you were saying it's all like on tape now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But
Tape. We really are like 80s and 90s
sure.
kids.
But so let's say
Digital.
pilot season is like January to March in LA,
Yeah,
right? Let's say she wants to go out to try out for pilot season because that's your best bet.
yeah,
And like obviously, like we've mentioned before, we've had the same agent, so I know the pull that he has
yeah.
for international like major stuff, right?
Yeah. We get it.
Would you pick up for how would you manage to pick up to take her?
I'm not so concerned about the audition process because we get these.
But it's I'm not
LA,
saying the audition process.
if
Like
she gets it.
you need to implant yourself there. You need to be meeting
You
the
want to
casting
hear something
directors.
crazy?
Yeah.
So this happened to us.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what we were going to do. And I was secretly hoping she doesn't get it because I didn't want to have to make this decision. She was put like on hold as like the second person ready to go.
I've been there.
Yeah, you've been there.
Yeah.
For a television show,
Been there.
brand new show
Been there.
that was going to film for 8 months in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And we had some deep discussions about me and Jamie, not Joey. She has no clue what the Dominican Republic even is.
Yeah.
We had some deep discussions of like, what does that look like? Are we moving? Are we shifting?
Yeah.
Like, is Jamie going for 2 weeks, a month, and then I'm coming back and we're going back and forth? And we had to figure it out. And we didn't have an answer.
Because the
until-
trajectory of her career at this point
Yeah.
can really fall on you.
It can change our day in a life really quick. And that's the whole point of this, is that your kids, the things they're involved in, the things they want to do, their personalities, their sleep schedules, all that shit changes often. And as a dad, you need to be ready to change and adapt because it will no longer be about you. I have from 9:15 till I fall asleep, which is like 10:30 of me time, where nothing else is happening, where work isn't necessarily happening, where kids isn't happening. That's the time I have now.
But
and
that's
the way it goes. And it feels great. It is what it is.
How do you decide to put your kids' career, and not everyone's is that, in front of yours, right? Because you've been building your companies and everything to a certain point, right? There needs to come to a point where, because like she's a very talented kid.
Yeah. Well,
like how do you decide to not hinder yourself? Because like
put my life on hold for them.
Yeah, because it's like stage moms, stage dads are a thing, right? There's they travel with their kids and all that kind of stuff. Clearly, you can write yourself into a salary and all. I'm not talking financial.
Yeah. Financial. Let's assume financial we're taken care of.
Yeah, like how do you decide to
I'll
your
tell
children's dreams in front of yours?
So nowadays,
Yeah,
this decision is a lot. We haven't had to make this decision.
I feel like you might.
We might one day,
going
but we
to.
haven't had to, and so we haven't given it too much thought. But nowadays, it's a lot more manageable. Most of the things I do, at the end of the day, if I still wanted to do them, can be done from a remote perspective.
Sure.
At least on a grand scale. Maybe I'm missing out on little things. But yeah, if I had to move to, let's say, California, both my jobs besides like live DJing, obviously.
Yeah, you can do remote.
I can essentially do mostly remote.
Yeah.
So if I was still interested but I'll be honest, I would give, if she would loved it and her career was something that could actually like, I don't know. Honestly, yeah, I don't give it much thought because like, I also don't necessarily want her life to completely change. Right now it's fun for her. And where if she ever gets like the longest thing she's done so far was like 3.5 weeks.
You're going to plug it?
No. Well, there's the movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
She filmed it 3.5 weeks over the summer.
Okay.
She did a movie in Ottawa for about the same time.
Yep.
And we haven't had to come
Did you guys all
across
go together
in
with
8
the
months.
kids?
When we went to Ottawa?
When she was filming it for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, and so the Ottawa one was the only outbound one. The other one was in Toronto. So
Oh,
that was
okay,
easy.
gotcha.
We woke up every morning. But Ottawa, Jamie went.
Yeah.
So she went for 3.5 weeks, and I was home with Atlas and Sunny.
Like, because Jess and I talked about it, and like, we were just like, yeah, if, Pinky wants to go into the arts or, do what we did when we did music or that kind of stuff, or like do the acting, modeling, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, how would that look? Because there comes to a point where you need to sacrifice what you're doing to have your kids succeed at something like that. And I know you're saying it's all fun and all that. And then maybe that's where our brains were also different because like for me, when we were doing music, it was a business for me.
Yeah.
But
when it's your kid, I don't want to businessify it because then it becomes, I don't know, maybe it's just
not
it's
like
sleazy,
it's a Macaulay
like,
Culkin situation.
I just want her to, if she loves it, she's doing it. If there's a day that she doesn't like it, she stops. Like she can stop.
Sure. And that's what I said about real estate for me. The day I wake up
but when
and
you
I
were
hate
talking
it.
about a band, it's like, yeah, we took it seriously. It's for us. We're old enough to make that decision. Right now, she's not. So it just comes down to, it's an activity. Does she like
I'm
it
saying
or
the
does she not?
hypothetical if she blows up because she's a very talented, like when she was doing the cooking YouTube stuff, like she's always been doing something and she gets it from you obviously. And it's, cause you're that freaking guy.
I'm that kind of guy.
And I'm just saying like, if she wants to like get to that next level, are you willing?
Then we'll have to have a
Are you
conversation.
willing?
I'm willing to do whatever I need to do
To sell your 2 kids
to make her
it
happy. But you said like sacrifice, right? Are you willing to give it up?
Because that's what it is.
But that's what it is as soon as your baby's born. Whether it's big like
You
acting,
sacrifice your baby.
you're going to sacrifice
you sick
not your
man.
baby, but you're going to sacrifice many things in your life to take care of it. And it doesn't need to be acting. It can be changing the diaper, going to activities, having a, going to the park. You are now going to sacrifice. Do you believe you're going to sacrifice? Do you think that, or do you think that I'm crazy?
No. I
Like,
see
do you
things,
believe you're still going to be able to do everything that you do? That's the real question.
So there's things that we'll talk about on a different episode, but like working out to me is like, it's so big for my mental health. Like if I don't work out, so I'm in the gym probably 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Cause it really helps center my brain. So like for me, I'm going to need
That's
to
your
work
meditation.
that
Like you
into-
said, you don't do that, but that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm not taking ice baths cause like screw that shit.
Yeah.
But like for me, that's how I perform. I'm a high performance person. I need to be at the level that I'm at. That also being said, like if I'm out and about with my kids and meeting other parents, like for me, that's networking. And but
So
no,
it's
I'm
not about
being
your kids. It's about you making money.
It's not about making money. It's like the way that my job is. I'm always on 100% of the time, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm never.
But are you willing to sacrifice things that you love that you may or may not be able to do anymore?
I don't do anything other than for what I'm thinking is
Let's
like
keep it simple.
Watching
movies.
Weird. Get out of my brain, man.
Watching movies. Like
I'm a
you
big,
might not
Yeah.
be able to do 31 days of Halloween next October. You might not be able to.
I'll do it, man.
You might not be able to.
It's maybe I'll have to do it with headphones.
Yeah,
Which I'm
you
starting to
finally-
now because like we literally freaked out our dogs so bad that like they put themselves to bed. Like
because you keep your like
It's-
volume at a
it's
level
so
that's
loud.
insane.
I'm partially deaf.
Yeah.
It's
What was
fine.
that?
What? Who?
Huh?
Where? What?
What?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like I feel like I don't know, and it's still so weird to me because it hasn't hit me that this baby is coming.
Yeah.
It still hasn't hit me.
I don't think it does ever for anybody.
And I
That's my
think
thing,
that I'll
until
just
it happens.
I'll just adapt. Right.
You have to just be willing to adapt. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, are you willing? Are you okay with the thought that your life is not going to be the same, and the day of your life, the day in your life, the date of your life is going to have to change?
I guess we're gonna have to wait a couple weeks to answer that because
4.5 weeks.
4.5 weeks. It's crazy how quick this has gone. And I'm sure Jess has a completely different opinion because like she's, you know, pregnant and uncomfortable all the time.
She probably can she not wait to be
yeah.
done?
Oh, dude, she's so, yeah, she wants him out. She wants to like, get this out of me right now.
All right, I want to try something.
Let's do it.
Can we try something?
Okay.
I wasn't planning on this, but I think I can relate it because we're gonna wrap this episode up. We're coming close to the end.
Yep.
At least in my mind, we are.
Sure.
It's been, but yeah. The good thing about day in the life, and we kind of chose this topic because we wanted to give a realistic view, or at least I did to you
Sure.
and to anyone else, what my days look like. But there's so much more to it, and there's a lot of little stories and details, and we don't want to inundate with like a million kind of stories.
Before we
go
jump
ahead.
into it, has there been a time that like you can't leave what you're doing? Like you're doing a party and you have to miss something big that your
Yes.
kids are doing?
Yes.
Because like the way that my job is,
Yeah.
I can't be like, hey, sorry, I can't show you this house that is going to change your life
Yeah.
because my kid needs to,
Yeah.
you know?
You have to prioritize. I try not to miss at least like these pivotal moments.
Has
Like,
there
if
been
there's
something that's like really upset you that you had to miss and you couldn't avoid it?
I'm
I'm just seeing like,
gonna say, to be honest, maybe, but I off the top of my head, I don't think so.
have you ever forgotten to pick your kid up from anything?
Also, off the top of my head, no.
He doesn't want to admit it.
Or at
Happened
least
last week.
maybe I might have forgot that I was supposed to, and then Jamie sends me a text saying like,
Sure.
"Don't forget to do this," and I
Okay.
then remember. But I didn't ever leave my kid somewhere.
Yeah, but there hasn't been something that like was really important to them, and you couldn't make it because of work.
No, I mean Joey is, again, from an awareness standpoint, would be the only one who would be aware that like, oh, daddy can't be here for this.
Yeah,
But I do it right now. Like so nothing on a grand scale, performances, things like that.
Sure.
I've always go to, but like even driving here, I'm talking to Jamie and Joey's in the back talking. And a moment that she loves is me putting her to bed.
okay,
Right? I told you that we used to
Yeah,
we
yeah.
play these games and activities and improv stuff, and we have a lot of fun. And that's that's big for her. So that's why like when I do things like this in the evening, it does hurt a little bit because I know that she really wants me there.
okay,
So I do miss things that might not be as important to me,
but it is to her.
but it's super important to her. Sorry, not important,
I
but
was
it
gonna
doesn't
correct.
feel as weighted
Yeah.
as like what I think is weighted is like, oh, a performance at school, something that a baseball game, whatever it is, right? The things that you think stereotypically
Sure.
are big moments, those things in my mind become bigger. But yeah, it's the little things that matter, and I try to be there for all of them. Did you have another question, or can I play my game with
Let's
you?
do it. No, I just want to know if there was something that's
No, if I think of something, I'll
Like-
revise my statement, but I don't think I've missed anything big.
and like I guess like when you're on vacations and stuff, like you can shut off and you're just like dad mode. You're not in work mode.
What vacations?
Like with your kids that you've gone on.
No, oh yeah, it's dad mode. Sorry, but I don't call them vacations. It's really just like relocations. Like
Yeah.
when I go away with my kids,
Yeah, it's no longer vacation.
I'm not resting.
Yeah.
I'm just relocating with my family to do a new activity, and it's sometimes more exhausting.
But you
than
don't
work.
need to work when you're away.
I do.
Oh, you still do?
Of course, we own our own companies.
Yeah,
like
I know.
it doesn't
I
stop.
don't know what you do. Yeah.
People do, yeah. I whittle little
Yeah.
boats and put them in.
That's the thing. Like it's my.
It doesn't end. You can't just take it off. There's no boundaries when it's your own
Yeah.
company,
And
right?
it's just like, especially with real estate, it's like do or die. If I don't show my clients a house and someone else buys it,
Yeah.
it's
You're on a time crunch on a daily basis,
always,
right?
yeah.
Every day the
That's-
countdown begins.
That's why I don't have a set day because I can wake up. My clients can send me a house. They're like, we need to get into here.
Do you ever feel like a piece of shit though when you like go slow in your day in the morning? Like you probably could like let's just say you don't
That's
have anything
been-
on the go, but you wake up and you're like, there's things I could proactively start to do, but I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
chill. Do you feel as a person with a work ethic like, fuck, I feel like a piece of shit right now. I should do something.
Sure. And it's full disclosure, like I'm on ADHD medication and just getting like the meds right.
Yeah.
Like
The
I like
balance of
literally
it.
just had a conversation with my doctor because they were too high. So I was in tunnel vision. And I was like, it happened because I was working on posting for this on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally like so dead focused on it for like an hour in my car.
Is that a bad thing though?
But it is when I have other stuff that I could be doing. Like I need to be multitasking, right? So when
Humans
I'm so
aren't
dialed,
meant to multitask though, just so you know.
but sure.
I watched a whole thing on it. I don't believe you can multitask efficiently. You can do task and then another task.
Yeah,
but you
you're not
can't
at
do
100%.
multitask.
No, for sure. I agree with that. But yeah, there's times where when I'm doing that, I'm just like, okay, like I could have been doing this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
So
You should have been doing this. And this
yeah,
and this.
like 100% like that. There are times where I'm just like, if my day is slower, that I'm just like, okay, like I'm going to play this new PlayStation game, or I'm going to, watch a podcast or something. Yeah, there's 100% that happens.
All right.
Let's do your
Let's
little.
do this. Okay, so we talked about day in the life, and I made this in my phone because I wanted to get your opinion. So part of my day in the life, let's say on weekends or weekdays after school, is like this inundation. Is that a word?
Sure, it is.
I'm inundated with children's TV shows. So all the shows and things I used to watch, again, I have that window of an hour before I fall asleep to watch. My main TV in my room is never playing my content anymore.
Okay.
My den is not. It's the shows of 3 kids of what they like.
Okay.
So that's a big part of my day in the life is tons of kid TV shows and kid movies and all that stuff. And with all the streaming channels, I constantly have to be like, Alice is like, put on this show. And I'm like, is it on Netflix? Is it on Disney? Like,
sounds like prison where they like get TV hours.
It's, I'm in prison because I get TV hours. They get unlimited TV while they're home. I don't have the patience to argue.
We'll talk about
TV's
screen.
over.
Yeah, we got to talk about screen time too.
Give it to them. We grew up on TV. We'll get into it. I'm not even going to now. So, anyways, lots of kid shows, but you haven't been exposed to that yet, have you?
I know.
Like, do you know a lot about kids' TV shows or kids' musical
I
acts?
know Bluey.
Okay.
Because apparently dogs can watch Bluey.
Okay.
I know Bubba Guppies.
Okay, don't say anything because that might help you. So. What I want to do is I'm going to show you photos of different kids' TV shows or kids' musicians. Yeah. And I wanted you to let me know if you know them by telling me their name. If you don't know them,
you will.
No. I want you to tell me what name you think they should have based on what they look like. So again, improv. Okay. You said you're an actor.
Let's do it.
You got to give me improv one day.
I will.
Give it to me.
Right now?
Improvise and improv. No, don't. Okay. Here we go. We'll start off simple. Ready?
Yeah. The Wiggles.
The Wiggles. Easy. Do you know these Wiggles names? Because this is the new bunch.
Sven, Ricardo.
No.
Giselle.
Yeah. And what's that guy one? Pinky.
I was going to say Mark.
That guy, yeah, he looks like a Mark. His name's Lockie.
Oh, God.
Lockie. He was married to one of the other Wiggles for a while.
Yeah.
There was a lot of drama. They got divorced. It's crazy. Okay, next one. Do you know who this is?
Bluey.
Nope.
No idea.
Blue's Clues.
Oh, Blue's Clues.
But you knew Blue's Clues as a kid, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't? You never watched Blue's Clues?
No.
I mean, I didn't.
I watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, similar. Yeah. They're very similar, actually.
Yeah.
This is the new host of Blue's Clues. Great show, actually. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you know who this is?
Doug?
Nope.
Caillou.
Yes.
Dude, but Caillou is Doug grown up.
Is he?
I think so.
They look similar.
In my world, he is.
I love Doug.
Patty Mayonnaise.
I love Doug. He also, you know who else he looks like growing up? Now that you say that, you remember the books Tintin?
Yeah, he looks like Tintin too.
Looks Tintin.
Yeah, people weren't creative back then.
I love Tintin.
There was like one template for a little white kid.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I don't think you're gonna get this one.
Sure. Oh.
You know, actually, because you're a YouTube guy, so you might know.
I've heard of her. Rachel?
Yes. You're missing one part of it.
Ratchet Rachel? I'm all about alliterations today.
That's her stage name. No, Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel. And that's what you do in daycare, right? So she's
Didn't
super
she
educational.
Have some freaking weird stuff happen too?
I don't follow the drama of these YouTube stars, but
I think they're
huge,
like corrupt people.
And apparently like fantastic. My kids don't really watch her that much.
No, they live with a Miss Rachel.
Do you know who this is?
Caillou?
Am I Miss Rachel in that scenario?
You're basically Miss Rachel.
Maybe I'll start another.
I have no idea who that is. No.
Coco Melon.
Coco Melon.
Oh, you're supposed to make it up. I shouldn't have given it to you. Although you can't make anything up better than Coco Melon.
He looks like one of the Incredible kids.
I don't think his name is Coco Melon.
Okay.
I think it's the name of the show. But this is Coco Melon.
Sure.
Okay. Oh,
that I would say is Coco Melon.
That's Coco Melon.
That's Coco Melon.
It was a trick question. So see the little logos?
Okay,
there
look
they
at
are.
that. Look at that branding.
Coco Melon.
Look at that
Do you have any more? Oh.
That's Bluey.
That's Bluey.
So dogs can see Bluey.
Really?
Yeah, so they made it so dogs can see it. And my dog Chandler watches Bluey.
I'm going to be honest. I like Bluey.
Did you know Bluey was a girl?
No.
Bluey's a girl?
I never, I don't think about people or dogs and genders.
Oh, that's very woke of you.
Thank you. The animation's really good.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really, some kid shows are better than others.
I saw they were like turning into different animals. It was a weird episode. It's a weird show.
You don't even have a kid yet. Why
are
are you
Australian?
watching it?
Because my dog watches it.
How does your dog request to watch it?
clearly you've never had a great relationship with your dog.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Okay, last one. This is another YouTube star who got so big on YouTube.
Logan Paul.
No. Yeah, Logan Paul has a great kids show.
He looks like he could have been in the freaking Wiggles.
Yeah, but what's his name? Do you know who it is or no?
I do. He looks like a nerd.
Yeah. What's it? Okay, fine. What would you name him?
Nerdy Joe.
Nerdy Joe. His name's Blippi.
Oh, I've heard about Blippi.
Yeah, that's Blippi.
But don't a lot of these people do like live shows too?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like a whole business. They have YouTube, and then they get to deal with Netflix. He's on Netflix, like a million shows. Then he tours. And you want to hear something crazy? There was a huge revolt. We'll wrap this up.
Sure.
But there was a huge revolt against Blippi in the parent community.
Because he had an OnlyFans?
Because Blippi...
Blippi's boners.
No, what?
Sorry.
This is actually...
Maybe.
I can see it. I can see it. No, Blippi had a whole backlash. Didn't slow him down. Didn't fuck with him. But because he did a tour and he hired a Blippi. So now Blippi's go on tour and it's not always him.
But like, that's fine.
It is, but everyone expected to see this YouTube star Blippi.
Yeah, it's
and he hired or whatever. Listen, this is what parents get concerned about.
Yeah, it's like, trust me, I have a team. Sometimes they just want Paul. I get it.
They just want Paul.
They just want me, man.
They just want the skinny jeans and the New Balances.
The New Balances. I like these things, man. That's a good gem.
They're comfortable.
Yeah, no, I think like it's gonna be an adjustment, and I would be dumb to think that it's not gonna be an adjustment because like
as long as you're open to it.
When I first got Brooklyn, like that was a major adjustment, and then I got a dog nanny, and it helped me live my life.
And it readjusted you.
It's so like, yes, my life is gonna change. I'm not gonna be as selfish. Obviously, I also want to take as much off of Jess' plates as possible.
Yeah.
Because she's a lawyer. Like it's, she's also a very busy person.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an adjustment that I think I'm going to welcome because
change of pace for you too.
Pardon?
It's a change of pace for you too. You've been doing what you've been in your routine for so long. It might be nice to kind of start a whole new routine and find new kind of things to do on a daily basis that bring joy to your life.
Yeah, and he's, Pinky's going to bring the joy.
Bring the joy, bring the pain.
Bring joy and the pain.
Bring
joy
and pain, sunshine.
I didn't remember the rest of the song.
And rain.
But yeah, I guess that's we'll just wrap that up in a nice little package.
A little song. So yeah, your life's going to change, day in the life. We'll jump more into this later. If anyone out there has some really kind of like standout day in the life moments, we'd love to hear about them. So get in touch, contact us, and the way to do that is
you're gonna smash that like button. Boom, smash it hard. You're gonna subscribe to our channels if you haven't.
Yeah.
You can hit that bell so you know when we upload.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, we're all over the interwebs.
Yeah, wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, wherever you get your podcast, we're there. Wherever you watch your stuff on the YouTubes, we're there. You're not getting rid of us anytime soon.
Yeah, give us that star rating.
Do it. Rate it. Rate it as high as it can go.
Does that help?
Break it helps.
And where is that rating? It took me a while to find it.
Well, you're not internet savvy.
It's not on the individual episodes. It's
on
the channel.
On the channel.
Got it.
Follow the channel. Spread the word. Tell your friends. They don't need to be dads or parents.
Yeah.
We're entertaining. At least we think we are.
If nothing else, we're helping some people, we're helping each other, and we're having a good time. Having a good time. Having a good time. And on that note,
we're out, man.
Thank you so much. I'm Daniel.
I'm Paul.
And we'll see you on the next one.
On the Dad Collective Podcast. Toodaloo. Wow. You need another microphone.
Make sure you tune in each and every week for a brand new episode of The Dad Collective.